Welcome in to the Pick a Side podcast. Shea, Norling, Tyler Aki with you as always as we wrap up the preview of college football, which starts on Saturday.
We got to get our week 0 picks in tomorrow, too.
All right, I'm in. We'll do week 0 picks tomorrow.
Quick 10-minute burn.
We'll have Saturday, I guess. Are you with me Saturday morning?
I can be.
Because we could have a Saturday morning picks edition as we program the rest of our weekend live on the podcast. One thing I was thinking about that we haven't touched on, that we should, that I think is kind of a decided thing, and I don't want to do Sun Belt breakdown. I don't want to do Mountain West breakdown. I don't want to do the whole group of 4. But there is going to be a group of 4 team that makes the playoff.
Yeah.
The highest ranking group of 4 champion will make it. I think there are 2 top contenders, and really 1, because I would be stunned if any group of 4 team other than Boise State.
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. Even with losing Ashton Genty, it still feels that way.
Yeah, it's another.
They just built the program.
It's another year of Maddox Madsen, who's not terrible and now has a little bit more experience under his belt after a playoff season a year ago. And yeah, they, like you said, they built a program. They recruit at a legitimate level. They refill lost talent with talent, and you're not going to have a 5-star back, but you brought a lot back from last year. The coaching staff's the same. The quarterback's the same. I'd be stunned if anyone other than Boise State is the group of 5 representative.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. They would be my team that I would pick in the preseason because, like, I'm trying to remember, like, even flashing back to last year, like, who else was really in the conversation? UNLV had a hot sec where they looked like, oh, maybe they could find their way into it, but yet you had to play against Boise, and we saw how those games went.
Army and Navy both made runs a little bit, but those were obviously going to flame out.
But yeah, that's about it, right? Like,
Tulane is the only other one I would look at. It's another one of those.
They lost so much to, like,
I know.
They are the product of getting fucked by the portal.
Yeah, and it's another one of those schools, though, where you feel like they've built a program to the best of their ability at what is now this, like, you're just a AAA system for the power schools where they will take your best players.
Yeah.
Tulane lost a ton, but they also got, by virtue of him being ostensibly, allegedly a bad person, Zach Retzlaff is the quarterback.
It's true.
At the buzzer. It feels like another program build school. They've been consistent. New Orleans is a great place to play. They have a good home field environment. Boise State or Tulane are the 2 I look at, but I'd be shocked if it's not Boise State.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on the Broncos.
All right, so we have Heisman, we have playoff draft, we have our quote-unquote brackets, because I didn't bother with the seeding, but I have automatic qualifiers and at-large bids. It's impossible to predict where everybody's going to fit in the seeds. And I have a playoff mega parlay that I would like to offer people as like a horse racing exacta kind of bet. I have 6 teams to make the playoff. We can figure out which one of them is going to mess it up. I think it's kind of obvious which one would mess it up, but we'll get to it. I want to start with the Heisman.
Okay.
It's not a market that I typically get involved in the preseason. That's been my MO. If you've been listening to us do this show for the past 2 years, I don't bet Heisman at the start of the season. I wait and find a value spot. And I think it's what I would do again with the favorites in this market. Your Arch Mannings, I can't bet Arch Manning plus 650 right now as the favorite when I don't know if he's good or not.
I don't even know if he's one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the sport.
I don't think
up in the air.
He's not the best quarterback to me right now. We talked about that yesterday. I think it's Cade Klubnik. So if I had to bet one of the favorites, it would be Cade Klubnik.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet Drew Aller because I don't think he's good. I won't bet the favorite right now. And I would say the same thing I said last year. Your process can be, if you like somebody like Arch Manning, it's very likely Texas loses at least a game this season. That will hurt his Heisman odds. Just bet him then. On a bounce back, if he looks good but they lose a game, then you fire at longer odds. Same thing with Drew Aller. Same thing with Cade Klubnik. Same thing with pick your favorite at the top. The only one I would say that's not true for, and the only favorite you could talk me into betting, is Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, I get that. Just because the receiver progressions are pretty steady throughout. And The only time you really see receivers make a surge is at the end of the year in terms of like their odds start to plummet and you're in a bad spot in terms of you're trying to buy then. I think
if he goes, I'll put it this way: he's 11-1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes down from 11-1, it's because he's not winning the award. Like so you could bet it today and lose, and that's fine. That you take that risk every time you make a bet, but I have a feeling if he drops below that number, it's because he's falling out of the race.
Yeah.
The only way this number goes, if he's actually got a chance to win it, is down.
I would agree with that. So there is one, not like long shot, but longer shot that I would get involved with, like preseason. I think there's only one guy that you can really do it because he's either not going to win the award or you're going to see his odds significantly plummet in the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
That's DJ Lagway. I think 20-1 right now. That's the one. Preseason, if you want to get involved on a longer bit of a shot here, that's the guy you look at.
Are you making a bet on it?
That's the only one I'm like fully like headfirst diving into preseason. Now I want to throw a couple names at you.
Okay.
They're longer shots, like super long shots. Dylan Raiola. That's the name that we talked a little bit about on our Big Ten podcast.
I like Nebraska. If you like Nebraska, I think it's worth. What's the number on him right now?
I think he's 70-1.
Jesus.
70-1.
Yeah, if you feel like I do about Nebraska, that they could be sneaky and potentially play in Indianapolis, then yeah, I would absolutely fire that away.
Because that's one where
And he's got pedigree too.
he's got pedigree. He's a brand name in the sport. Like it's not quite the novelty of Travis Hunter, but it does have a little bit of that
Mini Mahomes.
Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders effect where like this is a celebrity in the sport.
Yeah.
And
he's at a school that people care about that's a brand name.
And if he gains a little bit of steam, like the public perception of what he is, he may not have like the best numbers, but it'll be tie goes to Raiola if we're there at the finish line.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
And then two more I want to throw at you too. These are from when we were talking about the Big 12. And again, if you're in the Big 12, you have to almost play a perfect season. Now, granted, our winner of the Heisman last year was from the Big 12 with Travis Hunter, but I think that was a little bit more of a Shohei Ohtani effect than anything else. Two quarterbacks that we brought up on the show yesterday talking Big 12. Sawyer Robertson from Baylor, 80-1, and Baron Morton from Texas Tech, 150-1. Baron Morton is interesting because he could put up some crazy numbers. Same thing with Sawyer Robertson, too. They have to get into the playoff. Mm-hmm. So if you believe in that, you also probably have to put down a little insurance bet on either of those teams to make the playoff as well. But those are two like really long shots that they could just put up stupid numbers this year.
They basically have to win the Big 12. Like this isn't a season
Well, not
where
just win the Big 12, but win the Big 12 and throw for like 4,500 yards.
last year was a rarity where you could win the Heisman without going to the playoff because
There were no
Travis
quarterbacks.
Hunter, there were no great quarterbacks, and Travis Hunter was such a unicorn to the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And what he did accomplish all season playing both sides of the football, it was Shohei Ohtani. There was nobody else who was going to win that award. As much as we threw on Garrett Nussmeier in the middle of the year, which I still don't think was a terrible play.
We threw on Curtis Rourke. I regret nothing from that.
Yeah,
play.
I would do it again. We had a huge
100-1.
amount of value on that going into the final couple weeks. And if they'd beaten Ohio State, he would have been the favorite and maybe
Probably.
actually supplanted Travis Hunter as the winner. They didn't, obviously. I kind of am back in the boat, though, that this is a quarterback year.
Yeah.
And it'll be a quarterback who wins it unless it's Jeremiah Smith. And again, Jeremiah Smith has to have the Devontae Smith kind of season. It's got to be like 20 touchdowns. You got to get close to 2,000 receiving yards or all-purpose yards. It's so hard to do it as a receiver. My one long shot, and it's not that long, but it is, I mentioned it yesterday or 2 days ago, John Mateer at Oklahoma at 25-1. There is a lot of people in the sport who will tell you that coming out of Wazoo, he's even better than Cam Ward was. He's, if not the best, the second best running quarterback in the country this side of Lenora Sellers. Those two I'd hold up against anybody as the best mobile quarterbacks. I love the kid. It's just, can they surround him with enough at Oklahoma, and can they get through the gauntlet schedule and actually make the playoff?
That's my problem with just Oklahoma in general. And like, I like Mateer as a player, but do they have the offensive infrastructure? Not just like talent-wise around him, but coaching-wise. Like Brent Venables is always going to be defense first.
Yeah.
And the mindset that he's going to carry into every single season is, we're going to try to win this thing with our defense because that's what I know I do best. And we haven't seen great offensive teams from Oklahoma, despite the fact that they've had pedigree talent on the roster.
But the one advantage is, if Oklahoma's good, it will be because they finally have a good offense. And that will be like, it would be reminiscent, and this isn't me predicting it will happen. It's just, I like the player a lot, and I want to take a longer shot on Heisman. I want to offer something today for people listening to this. If there's a long shot they want to take that I am taking, it would be reminiscent of Cam Newton at Auburn. The play style, the tools that he has. I don't want to call it a one-man show because that's reductive to the talent that's present at Oklahoma, but that would be the level of play you'd have to see from John Mateer.
Yeah.
And he's that type of quarterback. So is Lenora Sellers. Like, if you want to take a shot on Lenora Sellers at 18-1, I wouldn't fight anybody about it.
I'd probably rather just take the extra odds with Mateer, though, than Lenora Sellers.
Same. Because I don't think either team is especially likely to make the playoff. They both can.
Yeah.
But I'm getting 25-1 on Mateer against 18-1 on Sellers.
But I would also say South Carolina's got a much better chance of making the playoff than
I
Oklahoma.
agree, because their schedule's a little lighter, too.
Lighter schedule, and I just think better team.
That's probably
better
true.
coach.
But I get 25-1 against 18-1. I'm going to lean the direction of Mateer for two players who have extremely similar play styles in sort of similar situations. Mateer's the one I'm choosing.
Okay.
All right, beautiful. How do we want to structure a playoff draft this year? Because the one thing I don't want to do is do this and then have no payoff from it.
Okay.
Where we never even revisit it.
Yeah.
So do we put stakes on this? Is this another sweatshirt bet on our part? Is it a stakes literally bet?
I was just going to say, actual stakes.
Want to do that?
Let's do that, yeah.
So loser buys dinner?
Loser buys dinner, yeah.
Deal. All right. Loser buys dinner. I'm going to mark it down. How do we decide the winner? Is it simply who has more
playoff teams? Yeah. That's the way we did it last year.
And this this naturally devolves to, well, you pick off all the favorites, and then we end up with
Couple wonky ones.
24 teams. How many teams are we each drafting?
Last year we each took 12.
Okay, so we're each going to draft 12. That means somebody is going to get... Boy, how's this going to work out?
I think last year we didn't have...
We're each going to get like 4 teams that are virtual locks.
Yeah. Last year we didn't pick... I want to say it was 3 playoff teams. Because no one took Indiana, nobody took SMU, and I want to say there was one more.
I can't even think of who the one more would have been. Maybe it was Notre Dame, but I feel like...
No, Notre Dame probably would have been taken.
All right, either way.
Either way. Neither here nor there.
Who gets first pick? How do we want to settle
Flip a
this?
coin. Anyone got a coin in the room? Any coins in the room? Done. Done. Just don't make sure your credit card does not go on the screen. We got a coin. Who says Gen Z doesn't carry cash
What a
anymore?
win for Gen Z. All right.
Quarter 2.
Who's calling
Little
it?
Ohio Mint. All right.
Nice.
What do you want?
I'll call it in the air.
All right.
Heads. Jesus. You can come over and validate if you like. It is heads.
It is heads. So
it is heads.
we went snake, so you want number 1 or you want the next 2?
I'll take the next 2.
All right. Penn State for me.
Thank God. I was scared you'd take my team. I'm going to take Clemson first.
All right.
And then I'll back-to-back it with Ohio State.
All right. Clemson and Ohio State. All right. I will go Texas, and I will go Alabama.
Since we haven't knocked out any long shots yet, I'm going to make an offer.
Okay.
Do we let if this is a tie, we have the same number of playoff teams. Longest combined odds.
Or what if we did this? What if we just say no one can take a group of 5 team?
Okay, I'm in.
That way we're basically picking 11.
Because one of us would pick Boise State.
Yeah.
Okay, deal. So you took
Texas and Bama.
Got it. Fuck it. Boise State would have been the next team I'd take. Give me Notre Dame first.
Okay.
And then now we're getting into the less certain teams. Here's my problem, too. Georgia's like minus 300 to make it.
Mm-hmm.
But I really don't want to pick them. I also don't want to pick Oregon. This is a difficult thought exercise because there's favorites left on the board that I can attack.
I would say this, the 6 that have been selected, I would be pretty shocked if those 6 are not in the playoff.
Yeah, if any of them don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up the odds board so that I can be more certain on where I'm going with this. I really don't want to take Oregon, but I feel like the odds are telling me I have to. I'm just nervous about whether or not they can actually get in. I will take, God help me, Ole Miss.
Whoa. All right. Ole Miss. Interesting play. All right, you're not going to take Georgia, so I'm going to take Georgia.
Yeah, it was probably stupid by me to not do that.
To take another team out of the SEC. Like, it'd be one thing if you took a Big 12 or an ACC or something like that, or Big 10.
I really don't. I don't think Georgia's going to get in.
You're out on Georgia, huh?
Mm-hmm. I think it's another year where they don't get back-to-back years where they don't get in. What happens to Kirby?
Oof. Well, no, they got in last year.
That's
they
true.
just didn't make any noise.
Good call. Notre Dame.
2 years ago, they didn't get in.
Shout out Marcus Freeman.
All right, my next pick, will go with. You know, there's enough there. I think I'm not big on them, but I'll go Miami.
Okay, trusting Mario Cristobal in the year of our Lord.
the quarterback coach combination of Mario Cristobal and Carson Beck.
Well, this is just a nonsense order that I'm going in now, but I feel like if you're leaving Oregon and I left Georgia, I have to take Oregon.
All right.
Fuck. Now it's all teams I have no interest in. I'll take Texas Tech.
All right. First Big 12 team off the board. All right, where do we go here? Where do we go?
Somebody in the Big 12 has to make the playoff.
Right.
So you have to pick somebody.
You just fired Big 12 darts and just pray you get one of them.
I mean, pretty much.
Yeah.
The funniest thing about the odds, if people aren't looking at them while they're listening or watching along, it's all the locks, and then all the Big 12 teams get piled in, like right in the middle. Arizona State, Kansas State, Utah, Texas Tech, Baylor, they're all in the same range.
Oh, and by the way, while we've got the odds in front of us too, so like the shortest Big 12 odds you get are plus 380 with Arizona State and Kansas State. Do not bet that. Bet them to win the conference.
Yeah.
Because it's the only way they're getting in.
Exactly. And
those start at 6-1.
You can get better odds on them to win the conference than to make the playoff.
Yeah. All right, you know what? I'm going with my pet team. I'm taking the Gators. Florida, coming off a basketball championship. They'll get into the football playoff too. And I will take. Let's go with. I'll take my Big 12 team. I'll take Baylor.
I can't believe I got to take 6 more fucking teams. I'll take my pet team, Oklahoma.
Okay. Now we're getting into the weeds here.
Like I'm trying to just have more. The problem is I feel like I cannibalize myself if I take another Big 12 team because I believe only one is getting in.
But you do want to have the one.
Right.
Like that is a very valuable chess piece on the board to have in this draft.
I don't trust Kansas State because I think Avery Johnson is ass. So I'll take Arizona State. And pride of East Lansing, Sam Levitt.
All right. Let's run it back. Schedule's easy. Indiana.
Damn it.
Kurt Signetti. Let's run it back. And then I will go with... Let's see. I may fire another Big 12 dart here. Let's go Utah.
Okay. Who is still on the board? Could the ACC get 2 teams in again?
I think they could, yeah.
You already took Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take SMU.
Okay.
No, I don't know if I
Where
love
are
that,
you?
though. Fuck me, this is getting difficult.
See, this is...
And I got to take 4 more.
There's just not a lot of options on this board. The funny thing is, there's still like some teams near. No one's taken LSU yet.
I know, I was just thinking, no
one's,
LSU's available.
Like
I'm going to
just
take
going
them.
off of the you're taking LSU.
Yeah.
All right. Michigan, A&M,
Almost on principle,
Tennessee.
I can't take Michigan.
Yeah.
But there is...
I don't see a world where they get in the playoff.
I don't either. I don't know why there were 2-1 odds
like
to get in.
that's a brand slotting on the
It's
odds.
absurd. They're not good. I
Yeah.
don't understand it. And that's not me just being insulting. Just everything I read about them, they are not that good.
No.
And I think they'll lose that first game or the second game of the season at Oklahoma. Going to Norman's a bitch with a bad offense against that defense. So I'm not going to take Michigan. Jesus. I don't like Louisville. I don't like SMU. How the fuck do I take either of those teams?
SMU's schedule is pretty easy. Louisville's schedule is all right. And Brahm's good, man. Like, he
Going
wins
back.
9 games every year.
I guess because I have to take teams, I'll take Louisville.
All right.
Only 2 more. Thank God.
All right. My next
I can't believe
two.
we put a dinner on the line on this bullshit. Go ahead.
All right. Mike Elko's a good coach. I'll take A&M if no one else will. And then I will take Auburn. No, thank you. USC. No, thank you.
Auburn is
How the quarterback system? and
How is
3
Auburn
different play
getting
callers.
4-1 to make the playoffs?
Ooh, that's
I give them 4-1 to be last in the SEC.
You know what? I'm going to take a team that we talked about yesterday that could be a fun watch this year and could maybe get 10 wins. Let's go with the Duke Blue Devils.
That's a good call by you. I mean, this is if we can't take group of 5 teams, this is where you just got to have fun. I'm going to go 1 SEC and 1 Big Ten because they're just indisputably going to be the biggest representatives. I'll take South Carolina. And Indiana's off the board. Do I want to ride with Lincoln Riley? You know what? I like them. Nebraska.
All right. We did forget a significant Big Ten team. I'm going to take Illinois.
Yeah, I just don't trust them.
They're a preseason 12th team right now. Like,
big part of it is I don't love their coach, Bielema. I can't
I
get
actually
over
kind
it.
of like Bielema. I'm kind of in on Bielema. He's definitely made them relevant.
He has made them relevant, but isn't that the same thing he was at Arkansas? Like he exists to make you relevant, but not to get you where you want to be.
But it's a different game now when you get 12 teams in.
True.
All right, and then my last team here. Let's go with a guy who's gotten to a 4-team playoff before, Sonny Dykes and TCU.
Fuck, I should have taken TCU. That would have been fun.
All right.
I sold them as a Big 12 title. I went with Texas Tech. What are you going to do? And then I took a favorite in Arizona State. Boy, if TCU gets in, and that's the difference between me getting dinner or not, it's the team I like. Jesus, that'll piss me off. All right, so there you go. I come out with my 12, Clemson, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, Oregon, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, Arizona State, LSU, Louisville, South Carolina, and the fighting Dylan Raiolas.
All right, my teams are Penn State, Texas, Alabama, Georgia, Miami, Florida, Baylor, Indiana, Utah, Texas A&M, Duke, Illinois, and TCU.
All right, I will offer my playoff mega parlay.
Okay.
And then we can do our actual brackets, which are the real predictions at the end of the show. But the mega parlay, and I want you to tell me where this dies. There's only one real long shot. I'm picking 6 teams to make the playoff. This pays out 58-1. I think the first 4 are like multiple car accidents have to happen with multiple players in the car for these teams to not make the playoff.
Okay.
Penn State minus 330, Texas minus 320, Clemson minus 200,
Okay, I like all 3 of those so far.
and Bama minus 200.
I like Bama, yeah.
The more, like, I know I said I was a little lighter on Alabama yesterday, and then I started doing more research and doing more reading. I want to retract a little bit of what I said, where I would lean under on the Crimson Tide. I kind of think they're going to win the SEC.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt.
The more I've just dig into it and look for reasons to not like them, the more I find reasons to actually really like them. And I kind of just feel like they're going to win the conference.
It's all contingent on what the quarterback situation looks like. And it doesn't even have to be great quarterback play.
Nope.
It has to be just if he's a top 5 quarterback in the SEC, Ty Simpson.
Yep.
That team, I think, will win the conference going away.
It's what we talked. You could be 6-2 and be representing one of the 2 teams in Atlanta.
Yes.
That gets you on the door of getting in anyway. And if you are in the conference title game in the SEC, you're getting into the playoff.
For sure.
Whether you win the game or
It
not.
doesn't matter. Yeah. Get there and you're good.
So those are my first 4. Then I take not really a long shot in a team we both view as a lock, but only one of these teams can get in. Boise State plus 180.
Okay.
And then it's just turning a Texas Tech Big 12 future into a 58-1 parlay. Texas Tech plus 450 is the final leg.
Okay.
And it boosts the juice up to 58.
Yeah.
So
I like the 5 that you've got there, but yeah, you're just juicing up your Texas Tech love.
It's like instead of betting Texas Tech 8-1 to win the Big 12, I can put them in with 5 teams that are near certainties to make the playoff, and then have a Texas Tech plus 5,800 to win the Big 12.
Yeah.
Assuming I'm right on the other 5 teams.
Nothing
I'll probably be wrong on all of them. Bama and Texas Tech scare me the most in this, I think. I'd be stunned if Boise State.
I'm not going to lie. I really feel good about Bama. I wouldn't worry too much about that one. DeBoer's done it in a 4-team format. He gets Ryan Grubb back. He's got weapons on the outside. Bama's great in the trenches, man. No one in the SEC is going to beat them in the trenches.
There's something interesting, too. Texas laying 320. A lot of that's hype. You're laying 320 to make the playoff. The only way you could bet that is if you load them into a parlay with other teams.
Yeah.
I also kind of just wonder, Texas is the preseason number 1 team, right?
Yeah.
Why are their odds to make the playoff shorter than Penn State?
I think because of the conference they play in.
And it's
That's
also
the
a
only
little
thing I can give you.
There's a little bit going on with Texas that gives me pause. And again, making the playoff, I would be shocked if they're not in the 12 teams at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hesitant on them to win the SEC or have Arch Manning be a Heisman, because how are you preseason number 1, but you're a dog in the opener, and you have shorter odds to make the playoff than you don't have the longest odds to make it.
Well, I think that's part of
The
it too.
shortest odds,
You're preseason 1, but you are on the road, and you're going to the shoe. That's not easy. They're kind of penciling you in for a loss.
For 0-1.
So you're looking at it then as they're going to be the number 2. They're going to, in all likelihood, have at least 2 losses. I doubt they run the table in the SEC. It's just impossible. So you're looking at a 2-loss team, at least 2-loss team. I think 9-3 they get benefit of the doubt in all likelihood, but are they really going to leave Arch Manning out of the playoff?
Not if they can help it. Could be a 9. If they go the Alabama route last year, where they did leave Alabama out, if that exact same circumstance plays out again, and it's Texas with Arch Manning, and you're weighing them against Indiana and SMU, Texas is getting in.
Yeah. But by that logic, you would have said the same about Bama. Bama's just as big a brand as Texas.
And I did say the same, but Bama didn't have Arch Manning.
That's
this
fair.
is the biggest brand in the sport with Arch Manning.
The biggest player in the sport. Yeah.
They would never leave them out. I don't have to like it, but
that's just how it is.
That's the way it is. All right, brackets, actual predictions.
All right.
Did you seed everybody, or did you do it more the way I did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did automatic qualifiers and at-large bids. I'll just knock out my AQs. Clemson, I feel they should be the number 1 team in America now. I think they'll be the number 1 seed. I think Penn State will be the number 2 seed. I think Alabama will be the number 3 seed. I think Texas Tech will be the 4 seed as a conference winner. Maybe not the 4. Do they have to fit like conference winners have to fit the first 4 seeds, right?
Correct, yeah.
And then
that's
the
why we
fifth
saw
one
Boise go 4 last
can
year.
float anywhere.
Yeah.
So Texas Tech, I'd put it 4, and then Boise, put them wherever you want. And if you wanted to say Boise will be 4 because they might be undefeated, I'm fine with it. And then Texas Tech, fit them wherever you want.
Yeah.
Among the rest, but those are my automatic qualifiers.
Yeah, my auto qualifiers, I've got Clemson, Penn State, Bama, Baylor, Boise.
We're on like the exact
yeah.
same page. It's just which Big 12 team do you like?
And I could very well see your Big 12 team getting in.
All right, at-large bids. Texas, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Florida, Oklahoma. I hate to do it, but Oregon, and then finally Indiana. I like Indiana better than I like Nebraska, but I went back and forth.
Yeah.
And the reality is that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 Big Ten teams and 4 SEC teams, and I think that's the way it's going to look.
Yeah, in no particular order here: Oregon, Florida, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Texas, Georgia, Boise, Illinois.
Boy, the Illinois hype. I might be just totally dead wrong on it, but I am not. And I admit it's bias against their program and less like what the team actually is. They
returned so much, man, and they had so much momentum at the end of the year.
But with Illinois football, I gotta see it to believe it.
And that's fair.
I've never seen it.
That's fair. Listen, they are just thinking out loud here, looking at everything. Longest odds of my playoff teams to make it. Like, we saw it last year. There were 2 teams nobody was picking in the preseason to make the playoff. That I would say at least one got in with ease. The other had to sweat by the time we got to that selection day. But Illinois is my team that I'm going to ride with this year as the team that no one really is thinking about, even though they're on the radar when you're preseason ranked number 12. Like when you're auto slotting like your playoff spots, Illinois has got to be in the conversation there. I just think that they're going to be the ones that bring back the experience. Schedule's not too bad, and you can kind of find your way in the Big Ten.
Which is the problem that I have for it is Illinois is 12th in the country in the coaches poll, in the debut coaches poll. They're in the top 12 in all these preseason rankings. So why are they 5-1 to make the playoff? Like, the polls are telling me we all like Illinois' roster. We like Brett Bielema. We're ranking them this highly. But then the books are telling me they don't believe Illinois can survive a Big Ten schedule.
The books are also telling you Michigan's 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, parts of it are... Well, but
Tennessee's 3-1.
Michigan's got 1 billion people betting on them. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain schools that carry a brand. I just think it's interesting that for a team that's in the top 12 right now, the book seems to think they can't survive the conference.
Or is it like just the hierarchy of what's ahead of them? Like, sure, there's plenty of like better teams ahead of them odds wise, but like Illinois and having longer odds than both Kansas State and Arizona State, like only one of those teams can get in.
Man, is
Illinois having longer odds than Auburn?
Their schedule's rough too. Going on the road to Duke, on the road to Indiana. They get USC the week after IU. They get Ohio State. And then they duck a lot of the powers. But if you got to play...
Like, opponent-wise, it's not bad. Situationally, might be a little difficult.
It's stacking those
when you're
games.
A good team, if they are truly a good team, they'll win 2 or 3 of those really tough games.
Yeah, it's that September to October, those 4 weeks. Indiana, USC, and then they get a gap with Purdue, but the reward after that is Ohio State. Mm-hmm. That's the part of their schedule that's going to make or break the season.
And that game, the Ohio State game, I believe, is in Champaign?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, that could be your one big upset. And Illinois has done it before.
Is that a CCT road trip?
Ooh, a little live show down there?
A little Champagne action to see the Buckeyes and the Illini?
I'm down.
If they're both in the top 10, I think we should do that.
Yeah.
All right. Deal. That'll do it. Big picture look at college football. We'll be back with week 0 picks either tomorrow or Saturday. We'll figure out what we're going to do there off the air. And then college football starts. Next week, we lock in NFL previews. NFL season's coming up really quick. We'll go division by division, I imagine. I got big thoughts on pretty much every division in the NFL. So I'm excited to get into that. This has been another edition of the Pick a Side podcast.